I have one topic today, which is Git Submodule. How you can just do your parallel development in your organization or in your team. You can use the Git Submodule. It will be the best approach, right? So I want to tell you like how it will proceed. It's a simple parallel development approach, how it's different from Cocoa Port's Swift package implementation, right? So suppose you have a reusable framework team. A framework is there which is consumed, a component is there which is consumed by your n number of applications which is developing in your team. There like you divided app 1 team, 2 team, 3 team, 4 team and 5 team. Those teams are working parallelly. But what about the reusable framework team and how like they will get update? All applications are dependent on this component, and that component quickly it can just update over there in all apps simultaneously, right? So you can do a Git submodule and you can make this framework as a part of these repositories, right? So suppose I'm working on app 1, I want this framework update every time, then I'll make it as a Git repository and I don't need to ask again and again. So like 5 people, 5 application team will not bother to this framework and your smooth development will proceed over there. Framework will development team will work and just it will push and pull all the code over there on their particular repository, and those application members like app 1 to app 5, those will silently get update with this Git submodule. So how it will initiate? Also I want to tell you like Swift package and Cocoa ports, those are different from this Git submoduling. Like app 1 have a different repository and the Git submodule have a different repository, right? But it is added into your application itself, into your main repository, right, as a child repository. So that is the different, and whenever you want you can detach this repository as well. But into the application, like into the Swift package and Cocoa port, like it will never ever be like separate repository. It will add into the project itself, right? So in these Swift package and Cocoa ports, it will be the part of your source code, right? Now how you can modify, add and remove this reusable component Git submodule in your apps with the Git repository. So quickly we'll see another Git submodule command. There are some 8 points I created. First, you need to create an app on a Bitbucket and then clone it in your local system. Second, like you need to create a framework team framework and just clone it into your local system. Then you can add that reusable component into your app 1 as an example, right? So then you can just update it. You can update the framework and get the update in your application. How you will do this? Also, once you will do the fresh clone after the adding submodule, how it will work and how it will look like, and finally how you can just remove this framework from that child repository from your main application, right? So quickly we'll go there and check it out how we can just use them. So I'll go to the Git repository. I'll create a project for my application first. So I'll do like app 1 project name, and once I'll create this will create a project, and then I want an application which will be application 1, and I'll add this application here. Same like that, I'll create another project. That project will be my framework team project, and I'll create that framework team project. Also I'll create a repository over there, framework team project, and inside that if I will add one repository, that name will be a reusable framework will be there, right? And then like you'll see those two examples are created over there. One is framework team and another is the app team, right? So if I will open them in a different places, then you will see these will look like that. Now you can just go to your desktop and just create 2 folders. One is a framework team and another is your app team, right? So you can assume like this into this right now we are working on a same system, but yeah, those can be the different teams. And now I want to clone them, so I will do command T. So 2 command prompts will open, 2 tabs will open. So in one tab I'll make it as a app team path, and another will be my framework team path, right? So in this framework team path you will work for the framework, in this you will work for the app team, right? So now what you need to do, you can just clone this thing into your application project. You can clone there on this repository with the app1, and same like that you can just clone your reusable framework on your local machine like that, right? So I need to check whether I'm there or not. So I think I just did not made the space in between cd and user, so I'll do this, and then I'm on framework, and then I can just clone this, right? So once I'll clone will complete over there. Now my duty is there, like I can just create two projects, and those projects will be, one will be my application like app1, and that will be in my desktop, and it will be into my application, right? And another I'll create one more project, and which will be the part of my framework, right? And in this framework I'll create as a framework, and this will be my reusable framework, right? Now I need to add this into my desktop framework inside the framework team and framework repository itself. So once I'll add this, I'll create one more example here, so that while updating the submodule you will see the difference. So test is there, this test class is loaded with one more feature, public class test, and I can just create a public class function itself inside this, and that function will be a feature one function, right? So it will print some feature one kind of thing, right? And now I can just run this, and I can just take a product of it, and I can use this product into my app team. Like here I can just paste it, and I can open the app, and I can just drag this framework here, right? So now I successfully done everything, and I can just push whole things whatever I just added. So I'll see, like first I'll do ls, I need to go one more step inside this. So I'll go by cd reusable, and then I'll do this git status, project is added, framework is added. So I'll push them into the bit bucket, and I'll do this like that, git commit, and then you can just push sorry for my dog. Yeah, git commit am, and then like project loaded, and git push, right? Now same like that, if I will go to the app team, I'll see clear everything, git I'll go ls, and then we'll see like there is a cd application is there, then I'll see git status, and the app project is loaded, and also framework is updated, right? So git add git commit, and then app plus framework loaded, right? Git push. Now things are perfectly fine. If you will see git status here, it will be on your branch, right? So that's perfectly fine, and here also you will see everything is clear, and git status will be look like that. Now two steps are completed. Finally you need to go there, those two steps are completed, cloned created framework. Now add your framework as a submodule in your application, right? So how you can just do this, you can just create a git submodule add with the url, what url, your project url, right? So this will be the url, right? So now you can just go and just copy the url first, this one you will copy, okay? And then you can just do here in your application one folder, you can go there and just check how you can just clone this how you can just add this git add submodule, right? And then you can just do like this. So git submodule add, I think it will be like, I need to clear git submodule and add will be there, and add this one, right? So it will add over there and it will clone also, right? And one more .git modules file is created. If you will open this, you will see one reusable submodule is added. The path is reusable framework, which is here only, right? And inside that, one framework is also added, and it's a framework which we added, right? Now if suppose feature 2 came, framework team is working over there, and he just, what the framework guy he done, like feature 2 also, right? And it will be a feature 2. How it will update and show in my, you know, the Git repository, and I want to add this on my Bitbucket as well. So it's a framework, and then if I will do clear and check git status, feature 2 is added into my test2 Swift file. So git add, git commit, and feature 2 added, right? Now git push, I'll do, it will load over there on my repository as a commit. If you will see feature 2 added. Now how I will do, I will check like whether this feature came into my app team. So I'll give a green flag, like I don't need to ask to any person. I'll go there and feature 1 is already updated, and if I will update, like I will import here my R framework, and I'll check like I have a test application which have feature 1 only. If I want feature 2, now how I can just get this information, right? Because I have a reusable framework in hand right now, I don't need to ask to anybody. I'll go there, and in this, if you will see, git is inside this as well. So it's a child repository, right? And submodule, we added this multiple components also you can add, right? So now what you need to do, you can just do cd, and you can go till this git submodule path, and then you can see like git status. If something changed, then you can update that. No, nothing is changed. Now you can do git pull, and it will pull your, you know, whatever you changed, right? The test you changed with the feature 2, so the framework guy changed something and it came here, and the feature 2 is also reflecting here as well, right? So like that you can just do this thing. Now if it's a completely updated project, you will just build this, you will get the output, and that output you can just copy and just replace over there at your project inside this, right? So if you will go to the app 1, you can just replace here. The reusable framework will replace with the next newer one, and you will go and test. Feature 2 will come here as well. That's all, right? So you can update these things like that as well. Now git status will be there, and if you will see those git status, they're like inside your application. If you will see, I want to see in my application itself. Yeah, so clear inside. Now again, I'll don't forget to change the path of this application because I am in submodule right now. So git clear cd, and I'll do my my main application path again, and then if I will see git status, I change an app delegate, right? So what I need to do, also I added git submodule and reusable framework also. So I'll do all these things, add, and I will push for commit. Like I'll added a submodule, reusable framework, right? And plus added app delegate, right? Now if I will clear this and git push this, then it will reflect over there at my repository. So if I will go and check to my application 1, it will reflect over there. Can you see reusable framework is there? So this is added perfectly, and if you will click on this, it's not a part of my app repository, right? It's a different reuse. It will go to the same repository which is already a repository of reusable framework which we created, right? So like that you can just see those repository Git submodules. Now how you can just get a fresh, once you will go and just do the fresh clone, how things will work over there. So I'm just deleting this app team here, and in this case how you can just clone, right? Because Git submodule is already added on this repository, right? Create a folder with the name of fresh app clone, and this folder you can just add it here, and then you can just clone that repository, like the project repository, whatever it is. Then once you'll clone, it will look like that. So reusable framework will be there, but everything will be empty over there. So what you need to do, your partner needs to do like that, git like there are commands. So you can just do git submodule init first. I'm sorry, yeah, clear and git submodule init. Yeah, it's giving you fatal error. Why? Because we are not inside a repository. So if you will go and check, application 1 is there. So if I will do ls cd application 1, now I'm on the path of reusable framework. If I will hit that command git submodule init, it will say, yeah, submodule is created properly. Now I want git submodule update, and it's cloning, right? The fresh thing, whatever we just created, it's cloning. So things came here. So like a fresh clone, for the fresh clone you can just clone like that as well. Also another way is like directly you can just clone in one single shot, like another direct way, git submodule update init recursive, right? It will update and init together. And also recursive means repository inside repository, repository inside repository, like that, right? Here right now 2 repositories. Suppose in the reusable framework also one more repository will be there, git submodule will be there. Inside that one more repository as a git submodule will be there. Then everything will be updated and cloned there, right, with the recursive. So that is a good command. Direct clone with multiple submodule. If you want a multiple submodule, then you can just use submodules rather than submodule, and you can clone into your application. So your application will clone with all the submodules, right? So you can just directly clone all the things. Now for getting update for submodule in between, I told you already. Also like for multiple submodule, like you can just get some information rather than pulling. You can just do git submodule update init recursive as well, and it will give you the information, right? For single submodule update, you can just do git submodule update init remote and a path. What will be the path? That will be the path, if I will tell you here inside this, if you will see git modules, this will be the path. So lots of frameworks, lots of reusable component path will come here, and they will be here only. So this git submodule file is very important, and once you will hit the update like that, if I want, then I'll use this one, and it will update my perfect whatever result will come as a feature 2, right? So like that also, rather than pulling and pulling from going there on the directory and pulling the things from there, no need of changing the directory here and there. Directly you can hit this command, and you can just get update from the remote particular component, right? Now the final point is how you can just remove this submodule. So dinit is there, whatever path is there, you can use that path. So what I will do, I'll do the last step, git submodule init, and what is my path. I'll go and check whatever framework you want to remove, component you want to remove from here. Like if you will see inside this, one repository is available, my application, and inside that submodule is this one. I want to remove this, right? How I will do this? So git submodule init, my path, I'll get this path from this git modules, and once I'll hit this, it will tell me like following files has local modification. Okay, first, if local modification is there, then I need to stash that local modification. Maybe something I changed over there into the framework when I went there and checked this thing. So it is saying like local modification is there. So what I need to do, first I need to go to this path cd and reusable framework path, and if I will see git status, that will something show like this, right? So first I want to git stash all the things. Right now what I need to do, check git status. So nothing to commit and everything is fine. Now if I will come to my application folder again, cd, and it will be a application like that, and git status, if I will see, I am updated. Now if I'll see, like I detached that framework, that's what it was saying. So now again what I need to do, I can just go and just hit that command, git submodule init reusable framework. So it is saying cleared, and my one project is detached from there, right? And this is now still the information is available. I want to remove this one also. So what I will do, I'll go and just do this git rm, the local path as well, right? So once I'll do git rm, that means it will remove my git module information as well. So I'll go there and I'll copy this path and git rm remove my framework path. Now everything is fine. Okay, so once I'll open this, it will be empty, right? So this is all like deinitialization as well, but still it is not proceed here, and if you will refresh, it is still there, right? So I need to push everything whatever I done so that it can detach from there as well. Git status modified like git submodules and deleted the reusable framework as a git submodule. So git add git commit am removed or detached submodule this reusable framework from my app, right? And git push. Once I will do this, it will complete, and from here also it's done. Now I will refresh, it will completely okay, and it will silently detach from my code. So how beautifully you can just add a git submodule, you can update git submodule, you can take a fresh clone and you can use those things. It's fantastic, right? So the update like you will get from the another framework team parallelly. Also you can just do some work in emergency, and also like after the completion of this framework and your application, feature by feature they will update, and you will get updated here. You don't need to ask them, right? And you can just update, get update, and at the end like you can detach this framework, and the fruitful result will be there into your app, and this will be freely a single repository rather than child repository, right? So hope you enjoyed this. I'll put everything into my description box so that you can just get this information nicely, and you can work with your team and your organization with a Git submoduling for the reusable components, you can inject those reusable components into your repositories, right? So if you like this, thank you so much for watching, and just please share this YouTube channel to needful people. Thanks a lot. Thank you.